Hi, everybody. Adam here. Welcome back. We are continuing our journey in Mini Motorways. We're going to be playing on the Hong Kong map today. Link harbors and hills through precise planning of your road network. Wow, that's a really interesting score graph there. Very spread out at the top. See people going anywhere from like 700 points all the way up to easily like 2,800, 3,000. So it looks like we want to be in this like high 2000s, really in the low 3,000s to get where we want to be on the board there with our score. So let's dive in and get started. Looks like there's going to be ferries on this map is what I'm assuming this building is over here. Connect the house to the ferry building. And I assume we're going to see yeah, here we go. Here comes a ferry. Now, the point with these stores, buildings, etc., is that they're going to have little demand shopping bags, upside down shopping bags show up there on the building. Customers need to come from the houses over here to fulfill that demand, and then we get a point. So there's our first point on the board. Now, you never quite know how these levels are going to go, but I always try to keep the roads separated so that only houses of a specific color are attached to stores of a specific color. And where possible, I also like to try to, and that is really annoying, having what is that red house doing on the other side of the red orange house doing on the other side of the water? Because we're probably not going to be able to. Yeah, you can't block the ferry path. That's not going to be super useful to start. So let's see. See how this does. We definitely probably don't need 3 houses for the ferry right out of the gate here. No, 2 definitely, I guess, if it's going to drop off that many passengers. That is annoying because now we've got the light blue on the wrong side of this road. What are we going to do there? Should we... I mean, what a lame way to use a motorway, but I guess we can do a motorway all the way over to there. Can bulldoze that tree and then bring that up to there. I don't love that. We'll see if that stays. We might want to handle that a different way as the game progresses, but that works for now. Keeps any traffic to a minimum. So we've reached the end of the week. We've got the opportunity for the roundabout and 20 road tiles, or the bridge and 20 road tiles. I'm going to go the roundabout. I think that might be more useful in the short term, because I could end up just putting a roundabout in here, which would probably solve this independent of having a motorway tied up there. It's always excitement, even early on in the game. This map is so tiny though, like I feel very claustrophobic already. We don't have a lot of room to operate here, and I'm sure we're gonna get some more weird spawns for stores and houses. What is going to be the next curveball? No, there we go. So now it's turned this into basically the sports arena equivalent, means we're going to get more demand popping up there. Tunnel in 20 seems useful. We don't have anything we need a tunnel for yet, but I could see that becoming a thing. What is going to, okay, there we go. Let's pause that. So that naturally we've got this blue-green store up here. That does mean that we're going to need to take back that motorway, and if we put the roundabout in there like I mentioned, we can probably, wait a second, let's do that in like that. And then this can go in. No, you don't want to go in there. This is going to need to come this way and become the motorway over to there. I wonder if it's actually, you know what we could do? We could keep these four attached there. And we could end up doing the motorway off of this to go up there. Might help us with making it easier for things to go back and forth. Everything's happening. We've got the yellow orange over here. I guess it's mostly yellow. Kind of looks a bit orange on the screen, but mostly yellow. What is this? Okay, we need that motorway. Come on, motorway. Resolve yourself. There we go. So now, if we put that onto there, and then if we take the motorway over to there, no, it's kind of, I guess I have to draw it that way, and then if we do that and that, see how much chaos that adds into things, but I kind of like that a bit better than, makes things a bit more flexible, I feel. Rather than just doing a motorway over here for these two to come around like that. Might be a bit of overkill, but you never know. Gives us some flexibility. The game is likely to, yeah, there you go, do crazy stuff to us. If we, I think we have to take the motorway. The motorways are always better. Always better. Let's pause that for a second. I feel like now, though, given where that new store spawned in, we need to do this. So I feel like that's the better approach, which makes me think that despite what I said, this is going to be the better approach. And then we'll just have everything separated. No weird crisscrossing. Well, it was interesting while it lasted, and we may still end up back there at some point, but let's see. This map is definitely, it's definitely going to be a lot of weird stuff, I feel like, here with how things are spawning in. Just because everything's so claustrophobic and tight, it's not a lot of room, so we're going to end up with probably a lot of sharing of roads eventually as we try to keep up with stuff. Oh boy, there we go. So now we have a blue store up there. So if we come here and we put a motorway there and we run that all the way up to there, we can connect like that. I put the end of the motorway over here because I figured things are going to spawn in. That gives us more access points to use. Bridge in 20 or a tunnel in 20. I don't know which way things are going to go. Maybe the bridge is the way to go for now. You can see this red store over here has become the arena. More demand now. We've got another yellow store and house up here. You can split those. There's two going to each one, basically. Now naturally we've got the green over here. We'll hook it up to there so those houses can split between the one over here and the one down here. Oh, and then we've got another one up here. Naturally, this is definitely, there's a lot of stuff piling in here, but I'll say for the most part of the moment, I'm not going to go traffic lights. So let's grab the bridge. For the most part, though, I'm not horrified by the setup that we have. Things are a bit chaotic, but still under control. Will that last more than 2 minutes? Who knows? But at least at the moment, it's not horrific. We've got a yellow arena down here. And naturally our yellows are up here. So let's pause for a second. Why? Why, game? Why are you spawning all these things in weird spots? Means we kind of want these green ones to come down here and to go through there. And then we could have these. How many road tiles do we have? 51. Since there's no ferry over here, those could go down to there, and then we could take these back this way. So that gives us 4 for the arena over here, and then these 3 are going to come and take care of this one. We'll see if that is a manageable direction. At least there's no ferry over on this right-hand side of the map over here, so we can do the bridges over top. Then naturally, we've got blue there. So let's take these, and we can probably use one of our tunnels. Don't need to go. Don't want to go weirdly diagonal through there, but that should work like that. This is going to be, I can just see how this level is going to explode. It makes sense. I'm tempted to take the tunnel, but let's take the motorway. I always go motorway. I can definitely see though why the score distribution was the way it was. This map could just go bonkers at any moment. It's already a bit crazy and haywire with how things are spread out around the mountains, across the water from each other. This is going to get tricky as this continues to evolve here. Just waiting for the next bit of chaos. And there we go. We've got the blue right here. Naturally, we put this in as the motorway. We can, let's pause for a second. We can probably bring you onto there and maybe you onto there. And then you could come back this way. I think that splits everybody across the different blue stores in a sufficient way. Got another yellow store over here, so we could actually take this one over. We could even take that one. Just run that one down into there. So we still have 3 for this particular store over here. More blues spawning in hard to see places there. We can actually probably even take this one into there. Because this one has quite a bit of demand pop up. Not all the time, but it does when it goes. Let's grab another motorway. I don't know what we're gonna do with this yellow house way over here. Like, what is that? We passed 400. Oh, and then look at, we've got a yellow on that road there. That's not helpful. Definitely a chaotic level. Oh, and there you go. Now we've got all sorts of things going on. We've got a blue over here, naturally, on the opposite side of the map. We've got a red house here, which is poorly positioned for anything of importance. Let's peel off from like these 2 houses right here and then run them back this way. I think that will do what we need it to do. This red over here has become an arena, which is going to need more people. Now, naturally, we've got a yellow down here. Let's grab. I have to do this via a bridge. So that's what we've got available to us at the moment. This red. It's not a great use of a bridge, but we'll do that for now. If we need another bridge, we can consider taking that back. But probably helps keep things reasonable with this red arena over here. End of the week, we can grab another bridge. That is not helpful, game. Not helpful in the slightest. What a horrible spot for these gray-white ones to spawn in. What are we going to do about that? Our motorways are all basically needed. So messy. What the heck are we going to do? I could really use a tunnel right around now. That would make things better, at least. Not perfect, but better. If we bring this up here, we can do some awful things. We can attach that there, and then we can bring this down like that. Don't love it. Don't want to keep it like that for any amount of time, but that will let those gray-white ones come across the map. Maybe that'll be okay for the time being. What the heck is that doing? Hey, the game is being super annoying now because now we've got another gray-white one up here. And so we need to clear. Nope, I can't have you go there. You need to come over one more before you go. So we can do that, and then this needs to come around and up over the top. We're gonna run out of road as well, and bridges apparently. How annoying is that? Let's sever that for now. We can join that. We don't need. Yeah, like that. Like that, I guess. I think that has everything connected. What an awful set of spawns. Well, we're going to hope for some helpful stuff at the end of the week here to try to get this back under control. But the map has sure gone haywire. My goodness, this has gone crazy in a hurry. A tunnel in 20 is probably good. Don't need that to come through to the other side like that. So now if we back this road up, we can probably just come straight, well, reasonably straight. Like that. That should allow us to connect those whites through without having to do the weirdness over multiple roadways. We need, this blue has become an arena, so we need this hooked up into there. That gives us 3 houses. It's probably not, let's move this like to there. So we can do that just to make it a bit easier, I think. Because we don't need this many houses supporting this. So if we actually is that so if we do that and we bring one off of there for that. I think that made all the blues a little nicer. We can also look eventually at bringing these three out of here to something. Let's run and see where things go, see if we've got everything sorted correctly. I think that should make everything nicer. Yeah, we got chaos all over the place, but it's a little better. Red over there. What are you doing all the way over there? We're up over 800. We have got so much chaos going on, though. It is unbelievable just how much craziness there is. End of the week. Do we want a bridge or do we want a motorway? Maybe a motorway. The bridge would be nice because it's got more road, but we'll go motorway. I never turn down a motorway, even if maybe that is the best, the best plan of action or course of action. I'm gonna pause for a second here. So this white gray one has become an arena. So what we should really do is we should try to recoup some of this roadway and some of these bridges here. We need a quicker way getting across to get across the map there. If we put a motorway over there, no, that's not where I'm trying to take you. All the way over to there. I think that should be fine. Got so many white gray houses over here. It's bonkers. What is that's a green one there. We've got a yellow one over there. I guess we'll take a tunnel. Tunnel's probably the best out of those options. Let's pause for a second. I mean, we could really use probably more blues coming down to here, but I don't have a motorway at the moment. We do have a bridge though. We should get this red house back. I guess don't make it go like that. Make it go like that. So it's not a four-way intersection. That'll probably help that red out a little bit. We're up over 1,000, almost 1,200. Score's actually been going up fast. I think I've just been distracted by how much chaos there was going on here. There's just so many weird pockets of houses that don't match the color of what is around them. I think we're gonna get, I'd really like to get a motorway. A motorway would answer a lot of problems here, I feel like. Can we? Yes, motorway. Let's pause for a second. I want to go from here. Union motorway can't be placed. And if we bring that in, probably makes things a little jammy with the traffic, but we now have an arena over here, which makes me think we're going to need a few more houses supporting this yellow. What's going on up here? We've got 3 currently, which is, it's not horrible. Kind of feel like we could use this. We did that, and what if we brought it over here? So then we come down like that, and we go over like that. So that is gone. Yeah, that's gone. Let's see if that helps us out. A little bit of potential for some weirdness with the traffic, but I don't think we're going to hit the weirdness for a bit. We're almost at 1,500. And like I said, like I totally get it now. I see what's causing the weird score graph for this particular level. There's a lot going on here. We need more reds in this middle. Are there more reds around that I can actually get here? Not really, or not in a nice way anyways. I mean, I guess we could go like this. We could bring you on there, and then we could take you off there and down. I don't know if we need to go sideways like that. Let's go like that. We are in peak demand at the moment. There's a lot of pause for a sec. We need more of these green. Aren't you continuing? No, you won't go that way. Does it not? Does it think it's too close to the ferry? Is that what it is? It's in, yeah, I think it's because it thinks it's in the ferry area. If we come straight down like that, I think that will be enough to get you onto the right roadway. Let's run that and see if that'll help things out a bit. see, we've got another green one over here. I don't want things to fall apart yet. A motorway in 10, I guess. Pause for a second. If we take these two right up here, take them on a motorway, can we get them into the game in a useful way, like right there? The game's like, sure, I'll give you more houses there. That might be the trick. That might solve our problems there, which will then hopefully solve this one. Pause for a second. We're almost at 2,000. What is this one under here? Oh, it's like orange. It's not a wonderful spot for orange. Not a wonderful spot. Yeah, things are so jammed up. This is a challenging map just because there's just no space. We do have another bridge. I'm thinking of coming like this over here. I don't know if that really solves much. I don't think it changes much, but is there another way to get more oranges into that area? Like, not really. You should be not attached to that road. I mean, I guess you could come here like this and then on to there. Don't know if that helps us out much. We're crossing 2,000, but we really want to be closer to 3,000. I mean, what we could do, we could try just make that a little more obvious. And then let these guys connect into there. Maybe that will actually, like, it seems counterintuitive because you're taking away some houses, but maybe the traffic will be a little better. And the split will make sure that both of the orange places get everything they need, ideally. Let's take the bridge in 20. Let's pause for a second. We connect that there, then we give that orange access onto there. I can't get this one into the game. How do we, like, I guess I need a motorway is what I really need. But I can't really get a motorway in anywhere useful. Let's grab this and bring that onto there, because when these houses aren't dealing with this, they should help there. I don't know if any of those things are gonna help. Maybe they will. Oh, and you can probably go onto there, can't you? These oranges are gonna finish us off, aren't they? We're gonna have a decent score, but it's not gonna be what I wanted. Get in there, orange. The red ones are blowing up too. Everything's kind of, yeah, there we go. What did we end up with? Almost 2,500? Let's go to the menu and see how that is. Where does that put us? That's top 20. That's not bad. That's a crazy, crazy level. It is impressive how chaotic it was. Just not a lot of space to work with. I think we're gonna be content with the top 20. Would have been nice to have lasted a little bit longer, but we're gonna wrap that for today. Next time it looks like we'll be on to Cape Town. Is Cape Town a more reasonable? It's a more reasonable graph. That tells me the level is going to be a bit more, well, I won't say easygoing, but it may be a little more straightforward. Definitely will be a nice break after the chaos of Hong Kong and the chaos from last time of Copenhagen. Still pretty happy with that though. Top 20% first playthrough, not bad. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.